What did your child do? Cannot even go out of Kumon. Sorry. But don't you think it's kind of weird or like kind of sad how every time someone talks about the Singaporean education system, it's always like these words are always used. Strap.
Pressure cooker.
Yeah, pressure cooker, stress.
Stay strapped to get caught.
What's strap? Stress.
Stress.
Oh.
I heard strap. You
heard strap.
I heard
Right.
strap,
It's
though.
not
We
me.
all heard strap. I was
It's
like,
you.
who's strapping you down to do math?
Yeah, what kind of strapped are you getting at?
Yeah, so like I think it's sad how like we always associate our education system with like a negative connotation. Do you think that it will ever
Change.
be ever change? Do you think our children will have
You
it
know
worse?
what's the weird part about all this? I like our education system at the end of it all. Like, I feel like it really challenges us to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I feel like I've been well educated. Like I mean you have your own opinions after watching the video whether I'm well educated or not. But I feel like
Comment down below your thoughts.
But I feel like I have been, like a pretty nice product of the system. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it's hard. But at the end of the day, like at where I am now in uni, I'm enjoying what I'm studying. And what I'm studying I can put into practice. So did it work? Yeah, it worked. And I don't know, just being in Singapore, going back also, like talking about Singapore's pace of life is very fast. Like, I feel very uncomfortable in countries that has a slower pace of life. That's because I feel that the need to be constantly moving. And I'm kind of used to the pace of life already.
Okay, but that's it, right? I think maybe, like, while it's for you, right? I don't think it's for everyone. Because
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I think in some families, right, their parents are the ones who pressure the children to perform a certain way. So that added pressure from your home, in addition to your school and society at large, can really drive someone literally insane,
Okay,
like
yes.
to suicide, right?
I agree.
So while it works for some people, maybe we've all just been conditioned to accept it.
No, I didn't consider that actually, because my parents gave me the leeway to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So they were very chill with it. Like so long you're in school, you don't do drugs, and like you're fine. So like do whatever you want, my child, go forth. So like and I kind of thrived off that.
Yeah.
I wasn't really controlled. But I want to ask you something. Like you came from an international school.
Okay.
So how was it different when you came to Singapore?
Okay, so I guess some context for the people watching. I was born here, and then I moved to Indonesia where I attended international school, and I came back in secondary 2. So like my primary school childhood was pretty much there basically. So coming back was a huge culture shock, right? Like, so everything you said about education system was exactly what I felt when I first came back. In fact, it was so overwhelming. I asked my parents, can we go back?
Oh.
Yeah. Because
Wow, okay.
So the system that I was raised on, right, it was literally, I feel like education can be like that, but it's gonna take a long time for our education system to change. So why do I say this? Okay, so for example, right, in science class, we literally planted a garden.
Oh yeah.
And we just worked on a garden, and that's how we learn science. I mean, we had textbook stuff too, but like we learned a lot through like play and fun. It's because that it was so fun that it made me love learning. So even though I'm here, it's stressful. I think the good part is I still have the part of me that really enjoys learning. So I try to remember that when I'm like learning new things. But it was really hard. Like the culture shock was insane.
But I guess like I guess in a sense like our reward for doing good is really like what?
Academic
Just like what do you call
academic
that?
recognition now. It's
Recognition,
basically-
the bragging rights and stuff. I mean, sure, if you're like
Bragging rights, not so much, right?
with
Okay,
your
but-
family
To a
members,
certain
if like your
extent.
if your family members, like your
Oh.
mother's bragging rights, like they can be.
Okay, your mother's bragging rights.
Yeah,
Yes.
they won't have
that's
all
true.
that, but
Your
like-
mother's
like,
bragging
Yeah,
rights.
so they can go up, hey, my child do this, top in the tuition. What did your child do? Cannot even go out of Kumon. Sorry.
Oh,
Where do you all go to for tuition? Was forced to go to Adam Khoo.
I didn't go anywhere.
I had Kumon and a home.
I am an advocate for no
I had
Oh, I
tuition.
have
Seven.
home tuition.
I
I had
had
home-
7 tuitions.
Oh.
Seven or 6 tuitions.
I had home tuition.
Same.
I have very fond memories of my mom like hovering over my shoulders, going like, so if Billy has 3 cakes and Timothy has 5 cakes and they decide to share the cakes, how many cakes will like John have? And I'm like 5. It's like, how many cakes will John have? And I'm like 5.
Wait, so your mom is your tuition teacher?
Yeah, she was for a
Her
while.
mom's
Oh
a
my
teacher.
God,
Her mom's a teacher. Her mom.
Oh.
His mom.
His
His
girls
mom's
just
a
like
teacher.
fall on my worksheet. Like, how many cakes? I don't know.
But that was me though. Like when I was in primary school, my mom used to do that with me as well.
Yeah.
And then the cane would come out.
Yeah.
I think like just listening to this, right? It's not really like the education system's fault. Maybe it's like the culture that we've inculcated over the years. Like it sort of became like a how many tuition? How much tuition can you send your child for?
I think a lot of our parents feel that way because the education system makes it seem that way. Like for example, right, there's streaming. You have your express, normal,
I
technical.
thought they did away with that.
Yeah,
already.
they did it.
They did it away
Yeah.
in recent
Like
years.
something
Yeah.
about-
Now it's not like learning ban or something.
Yeah. But for many years that was the thing, and it was like intended to be a thing to help you at your own speed.
Oh,
But
yeah.
eventually it became like a label of sorts. Oh, you're
Right.
from like NANT. Like people would look at you different.
I feel like we also go like into this tangent of teachers and whether or not they actually like helped us
feel
in
like
our
that's, like-
journey. Because I've had
Oh, yeah.
horror stories of your teachers just
Yeah.
making me feel like I don't want to learn anymore because they didn't believe in me, so I didn't believe in myself.
I feel like even before that there was like EM1, EM2,
Yeah.
EM3.
Even within Express, right? They rank the class.
Yeah.
So if you're in
Oh,
like
yeah, correct.
2 maybe like 1, you're the worst class. And then the thing is, right, teachers will actually perpetuate that thought.
I agree.
Like they
I've seen it.
they literally would say, you're already the worst class. Can you just try and do something about it?
I had that so many times.
I'm
in
just
my
like,
life.
so just because we take arts, we're the worst class? Like, what is that?
I had a teacher in secondary school, like even though he wasn't wrong, just hearing from him was a little bit like ouch. Where your mother tongue you could take it twice for your O levels. So I took it the second time, and then when we got to his class, his first line to all of us, it's already too late. Let's just work on getting all of you like to pass. It's like I passed. I just wanted a better grade.
It's already too late, right? That line is very unnecessary. I think.
Yeah.
It was. It's like hearing from him, it goes like, ouch, I get it, but
Because you're in a position of responsibility over
Right.
these kids' lives, right?
Right,
You're
right.
there to like kind of uplift them, not be like pessimistic about it.
Right,
You know?
right.
Yeah.
I feel like it goes both ways. I think so stakeholders, right? The stakeholders to a child's education is important. So the teachers, the people we hang out with, the parents, more so, right? The parents and the teachers play a very big role in making sure that they are okay, they're thriving, or at least they're growing in the learning environment that we have in Singapore. Because like I mentioned, right, my parents didn't put any pressure on me. So I had that leeway to do whatever I want. But I could imagine like what you said, if there was a lot of parental pressure, how that would make things very difficult
How
for
that would
anyone.
shape your idea of learning.
Yeah,
Right.
So
I
learning would
have to
feel
achieve.
so forced and
Yeah.
painful. And if you didn't, then it's the end of the world.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not to say that you're not allowed to like give your child like certain like
Motivate.
like motivate
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like tell them like that's what I expect from you because I know that you are capable of this and this and that.
Mm.
But sometimes like
It's a little too much.
It's a little too much, yeah. Especially since like some parents I would say don't like just hearing from stories. Mom and dad, you guys didn't do this to me, thank you. Like hearing stories from my friends, they said like how their parents really like forced them to get into local uni, for example, but their GPA doesn't like meet the criteria that's needed for local uni, and that actually like really brings their spirit down to the point where even if they go to uni and it's a private uni, they feel so super down about it. I'm like, why? You're getting education, you should be happy that you're like furthering your education.
That's a
why
good
do you
point,
why do
yeah.
you treat it like it's such a sad thing? I think it's a great
Like
thing.
it's a shame, right?
Yeah, like it's a shame. I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
And like how I think when you ask someone what are you doing now? Oh, I'm studying. And usually it's those who come from like private unis that would say, yeah, but I just come from here. It's not really like like they downplay their own like stuff. And I feel like a milestone is a milestone regardless. An achievement is an achievement.
Yeah.
Achievement isn't defined by like how you stand with other people. It's like with yourself. But that's something that's not really. We don't advocate for that in Singapore. I think.
Yeah.
It's always like what's your class standing? Why you like that one?
That's elitism,
I
isn't
take,
it?
I take away your game for the day, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not talking from trauma.
Do you think our education system helps Singaporeans find their purpose in life?
They give you like quizzes, like BuzzFeed quizzes, except make it like MOE style.
Is life all about chasing mammoth? There is more to life, Like, people have been trying to figure this out for like ages. Plato, Aristotle,